Welcome to the evening show with Ben Ferguson. I'm Dominique Samario, and tonight we have a star-filled show. Starting with, from Frisch Studios, writer, director, and producer, Mr. Peter Frisch, as well as triple threat Ivy Vahanian, a star on Broadway, television, and film. But first, we need to welcome the star of our show, Mr. Ben Ferguson.
Thank you, Dominique, and thank you all for tuning in. I want to do a special thanks to Santa Maria and Orchid, along with Paso Robles. I think there's a new station picked us up, and so we're being seen there, of course, with Goleta, Santa Barbara, and Carpinteria. So thank you all for tuning in. We do have, as Dominique had mentioned, a star-filled show. Our show tonight it's going to be kind of like an emotional roller coaster. So put the safety bar down and relax, because a couple things. This is Dominique's last show with us. She's, I know, she is moving on to bigger and better things. She's actually going to tell us all about it in a few minutes. But yeah, we're going to have to deal with that, and we're going to talk to her. We have a couple surprises, and then we have Mr. Peter Frisch. Mr. Peter Frisch, he was a producer for Young and the Restless. He ran the Carnegie Mellon's dramatic department for years, and now he has a Frisch Studios here. He's rated at the top level as far as acting studios and schools. So if you're thinking about taking an acting class, or you're a seasoned actor and you want to fine-tune your skill, then definitely want to stick around and watch this. Plus the lovely Ivy Vahanian, she's in everything, and she's here as well. So ladies and gentlemen, let's not wait any longer. We got a big show. Please don't go anywhere. Stick around. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you. Welcome back. We have the lovely Dominique Samario here. But you mentioned that, you had she puts all these posts on, these uplifting posts, and this is another one of my very favorite ones. Can you see that?
Love that. That is awesome.
It's true. There is no elevator that says you have to take the stairs. And you know what? The stairs are the fun way to get there anyway.
The stairs are the best way to go.
I didn't think so, but I'm realizing now the stairs are fun. That's where you do all your learning.
It's so good.
Yeah, I like
it's
that.
so good.
Yeah.
You're better once you get to the top, right?
And you do this every day. You put a new one up every day.
I do,
Do you
actually.
ever forget and go, oh, crap, I got to find something?
Well, funny you mentioned that,
Yeah?
because I did that today.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yesterday's post, I'm fairly certain, came this morning.
Is that right?
But you know what? At the end of the year, there will be
You got people sitting there at midnight
365.
like that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sitting there at midnight. I know. I'm throwing them off. But you know what? I decided on January 1st, I thought, I just want to do something positive, right?
Right.
And if it's for myself, but I might as well share it. So I put it on Instagram.
Wonderful.
And Dominique Samario.
A lot of people watch. I'm sure they watch that. You have a lot of followers?
You know what's kind of cool is it's really neat when people will say, I really needed that today, or that really struck me. And I'm thinking, I can't even believe you read these, but they do.
You know,
and
it's
it means
funny.
the world.
Things you don't realize. We did a couple of jokes on Donald Trump a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember that? And he actually, I found out, I got a phone call, he watches the show. And he saw that, and then he also caught
Did you hurt his feelings? Or?
I don't know if I hurt his feelings, but what he did sad him a little bit when he found out that you were leaving, because I did talk to him about that. So he changed his whole itinerary and schedule, and he wanted to come by and say hi. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Donald Trump.
Oh my goodness.
Heard it was your last day. Heard it was your last day, Dominic. Wanted to come by and surprise you with this wonderful cake, okay? Okay, Rosie O'Donnell actually made the cake. I had to build a wall around it so she didn't eat it, though. It was very, very tough to keep it away from me. Wanted you to have it, though.
Donald, I want to thank you for
means a lot.
coming by.
I even matched the cake.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cake.
Didn't plan that.
The red, yes, it's best.
I'm matching you.
We're all matched. We're Republicans, probably.
Yeah, now how did you take time off, or how did you reschedule everything to come by
I just got off the plane right now at Santa Barbara Airport, actually. Right. It's a fantastic place. I might buy a house in Montecito. Depends how many illegals are about.
Right.
Very tough for me. Very big factor for me.
Understand. Yeah. Well, we want to thank you for coming on. I heard that you heard the jokes that I made a couple of weeks ago, and you were kind of okay with them?
I was okay with them as long as they don't involve Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Yes,
No, we didn't mention Hillary.
There's a lot of beef going on right now between me and her.
But then I didn't know that you were a fan of the evening show.
I'm a huge fan of the Ben Ferguson show. I watch it every night on the plane.
And when you heard
Love it.
on the plane, I
On
like
the
that.
plane.
And you heard Dominique Well, it was her last night. You wanted to make sure you came by?
I wanted to come by, say goodbye to you.
That really means a
Yes,
lot.
Yes, yes. You
Donald.
got to blow out the candle, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking you
Okay,
could blow that
can
out.
we
You gotta
can we
make
make
a
a little wish, right?
Make a
Yeah,
wish.
should we all? Can I?
You all can help, and you can all make your own individual wishes.
Okay, well, so we
Okay.
keep it quiet then.
But keep them quiet.
The wishes.
Quiet.
I
Okay,
think the
ready?
wishes. Okay,
Shall
ready?
we do it?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Music.
Lovely. You know, you can even set that down if you'd like.
Thank you so much. It's so beautiful. We'll thank Rosie. Okay.
Yeah, Rosie. Yeah,
That was
Rosie did a
great.
wonderful
Sure
job.
you
You
thank
know,
Rosie 'cause
I
she
will.
Rosie was good with all her Maj Podge. Is that what she used to do? She had a little. I used to watch her. I loved her show.
She's artsy.
Yeah, she crafted
know?
arts and crafty, and I never knew that
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you could do something like that. But she's come a long way.
She's really come a long way because that's one good looking American flag. Too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I kept an eye on her, too. She put
Yeah.
her finger in it. I was like, Rosie, don't eat
Yeah.
the cake. Don't eat it.
Don't eat the cake.
Don't eat it. Don't do
Rosie,
it.
it's not for you.
Yes, it's not for you.
It's going on the show.
I like Rosie though. I know you guys have had your
We've had some
troubles.
beef. We've had some beef. But
Yeah,
I
don't say-
always
We've had
beef
beef with
yes.
Rosie.
Yeah, with Rosie O'Donnell.
You've
yes.
had beef with Rosie?
Yeah,
And
he goes
Hillary.
way- and Hillary.
Like a steak
And-
dinner?
And
beef?
the illegals. And,
Yeah, we don't want to get into that
and
right now.
everybody.
This is Dominique's
And
time.
everybody.
So we don't
It's
want
okay.
we don't want to get.
This is your time.
This
Yeah.
is my thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, John.
Well,
I
we
appreciate
really
that.
appreciate you coming by.
I know, really. This
And where
is
do you
touching.
head to? Where do you head? I keep talking. I'm sorry, Dominique.
No. Where are you heading next?
Where's next?
Well, I go to Anderson Cooper after this.
Sure.
Yes.
I saw Anderson in the hallway. so
Just
he's
down the
probably ready
hall,
for
so
you,
that's
right.
easy. Oh, I like it. It's very strategic.
Something
Anderson
ab-
here.
Yes, something about those liberals. They're like he's like a vampire. He never ages.
Yeah, no, he's something. He's like Steve Martin. I went to see Steve Martin the other night at the county bowl, and somebody said to him, he's 72 years old.
What?
And I'll tell you that in a second. But they said, you look 72. You look 72 when you were 30. So he hasn't aged either, but he just looked old when he was younger. I don't know why I brought that up, but Anderson Cooper, one of my favorite too. His mother, Gloria Vanderbilt, right?
Hillary Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So will you
Good
make
genes.
sure when you do your show with him tonight that you say Ben and Dominique say hi?
I will certainly do it. I'm sure he's made a cake for you as well.
Man, gaining 5 pounds after I leave the show.
Well, that's
all
right.
these
you do enough
cakes.
running, you can do
Yes,
that.
that's right. I'll run extra tomorrow.
And please
okay?
thank Rosie for that. And your people are telling us it would wrap it up. So
Ooh,
Yes.
you got the people.
I really appreciate Donald. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming
Thank
on.
you for having me on the
Amazing.
show.
It means a lot to
All right.
us.
Donald,
It's a
such an
pleasure to meet
honor.
you, Dominic.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Travel safe.
What about
Big.
that?
Man.
Yeah, no, it's a
I
good
might have to
one.
have a piece of cake because
Well,
that's
we'll do
a
that.
good looking
Rosie
cake
made
right
it. That's
there.
up there,
Rosie
too.
made the cake.
Yeah, put her finger in it though, but that's okay.
I can see
I
that,
see
but
where
that's
they messed
fine.
up.
It's
Yeah.
we'll like frame that little section. You could probably sell that
You
on
can-
some
you can bring that
online
home.
site.
Yeah, we can put it on eBay.
eBay that.
Give it to a charity. Hey, I
That's a
mentioned,
good one.
I mentioned I went to see Steve Martin and Martin Short at the county
Oh
bowl.
my gosh.
I got right up there because they're my favorites.
did
And I'm going
it.
to tell you, I haven't laughed so hard. Craig Ferguson was another comedian that I really laughed out loud. But Martin Short, he's
So good.
He's nuts, and he's so funny. And he made it okay because I told you I was in a play recently.
Right.
And once I saw him on stage, I'm like, I can do anything on stage because Martin can, right? So he took all my fears away. It was amazing.
So it was actually inspiring for you to go
Oh
watch
my goodness,
them.
yes. And when the play, I invited you and your husband to come to the play, as always.
I know you're so
And,
sweet about that.
Even
Keep
when
doing
you're-
that, okay?
I will.
Even
I
when I'm not on
definitely will.
here, can I still
And
be
you didn't need to come
invited?
because I'm starting to get a little bit better.
I've
now that
always thought you were good.
Now that I saw Martin Short. I actually got laughs.
So
in
they
this
did
last play.
comedy at the bowl.
They did comedy at the bowl. Both of
Wow.
them, they did like a 2-hour show.
Wow.
Then 2 days later, I made the new commercial that we were going to see in just a few minutes about the Emmy Award.
I can't wait to see that.
Did you see the picture that I
I saw the picture.
You saw the picture?
Absolutely saw the picture, and you guys are looking good.
got? Thank you. We got the commercial, and then I went down to the LA Forum the other night and saw Cheap Trick and Heart with Joan Jett. I didn't go with Joan Jett, but Joan Jett was
With
part of it.
Joan Jett.
Yeah, wouldn't that have been cool?
That would have been pretty neat,
Hi,
actually.
Joan. Let's go. No, Joan Jett.
Donald, Joan, you're all over the place.
The
It's
evening
good.
show's getting big.
It's getting real big.
Yeah. So anyway, I invited you to come to the play, and we had a little problem because you were going camping.
I was going camping, and
Yeah.
it was legit. I really went camping, or else I would have been there because I want to hear you. It was a good performance, huh?
Wonderful play, but I want to talk about your camping trip because I
Really?
saw some pictures.
Wow, thanks.
I've never seen a bigger tent before in my life, unless it was like at a circus or something.
You know,
What did you do? Go into Big Five and ask for like a 42-minute tent?
You know, I'm going to just throw out a little pitch for REI.
Mm-hmm.
Huge fan of REI. Anytime we're going to go do something outdoorsy, I feel very justified in making a new outdoor purchase.
Right.
Okay, here's what it comes down
You
to.
did your research, I'm sure.
Of course I did, but here's what it comes down to. You remember we talked about last time a backpacking trip that I
Right.
went on,
Sure,
right?
sure,
And I was
sure.
actually like pregnant.
Right.
When you're backpacking, you take the smallest of everything you
Right,
can,
right.
right? So we said, we're not backpacking this time. I said, we're upgrading.
Beautiful.
So now we bought the largest
Did you
tent
have
like
the air
ever.
mattresses?
We had
kind
a
of blow up by
full-on
themselves?
air mattress.
Beautiful.
There's like 2 rooms
Generator?
in the
Did you bring the
tent.
generator?
No, we brought the whole car that you could
Okay.
plug into
Yeah,
the
nice,
back. I'm like, we
nice.
got auxiliary power.
I like that.
You know what? I'm not
There's
going to
no
lie.
reason not to do that.
There was no reason not to. I didn't bring an RV. I slept in a tent. I felt
I
very
saw the tent.
justified in the air mattress.
Dominique, that was the most beautiful. When I saw the tent, I'm like, yes.
REI,
It was
that was
huge.
one heck of an awesome tent. And
Yeah.
took like not even 10 minutes to set up.
Right.
The crazy people who thought of how to make that happen,
It's not one of those
give
that
it
you
to
throw
him.
out and it goes like that, right?
I mean, it wasn't quite like that, but with the poles, you're like, and you just step back.
That's a good
And
point.
that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, couple of little bit, 5 minutes,
So you
done.
had fun?
So fun.
Yeah.
I really like the
Did you build a
outdoors. I
fire
mean, I
at
like
night
getting
and
fancy,
bring your
but
car and all that,
oh
or-
yeah. Okay, we sang.
did?
My daughter has no. My daughter. I have a son. No.
That's
okay.
right. Dominique.
Scratch that. I have a husband who has a daughter who's
Right.
an amazing singer.
Oh, was she with you?
Yes.
Wonderful.
And her boyfriend and a dog.
Yeah.
Like it was cool. It was so cool. Singing around the campfire. We made s'mores.
Wonderful. I remember
That's what
that.
it comes down
I remember
to.
driftwood. I remember we could have fires on the beach and the smell of driftwood burning and
The
hot
smell of
dogs
the
and all
fire
that.
is pretty
In fact,
cool.
I haven't been camping so long.
Stars.
I'm not a big camping guy, but
okay.
I like the way you camp, and that's what I want to do. And I looked around because I have to have a
I've
fire.
got all the gear.
Well,
Just
I
saying.
found out that Lompoc area, somewhere there, you can actually build fires on the beach. That's like the
Okay.
only area on the South Coast that you can do that.
Go do it, and I've
But then
got
I
the
called to
tent.
get a reservation. They said, no, you just got to show up in line and wait. So you got to get there at 4 a.m. with all the other happy campers and hope you get a
Okay.
spot.
Well, you can have our tent.
But lovely, thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
serious.
And I know you're going and you're moving on to other things. You're telling everybody your USC master's degree.
Yeah, so first I'll start by saying I'm so bummed about not doing this regularly anymore. The whole leaving thing, I'd like to just say I'm not doing it on a regular basis,
Right.
and I'll be checking in.
I understand.
Okay, how about that?
We've
Is that
already talked about
okay?
it. You're
Okay,
gonna be
good.
a guest of ours
Thank
in about
you.
3 months.
Okay, that's what I like to hear, and I'm going on, and I'm actually going to start next week my Master's of Public Administration. So hopefully I'll be leading some really amazing, government or nonprofit organizations.
Well, you remember
and
when I talked a few shows
making a
ago
good
about hitting the
difference.
ceiling on reality?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
kind of realized that there's no ceiling anymore, and then you're a perfect example of that.
You know what? I just figure I just want to keep growing and keep learning and hopefully keep doing
You've
good
taught
through my
me a
work,
lot.
right?
I want to thank you for that. You really have. There's a story of a little girl that she inspired everybody that she came in contact with. I want to tell you a little bit of the story.
Okay.
So, it was once upon a time there was lived a very, very unassuming young lady.
Oh my God.
Very, very unassuming.
Oh my God. That's
All she
so
wanted to
mean.
do was put smiles on everybody's face.
Oh dear God, that's my dance recital.
With everyone she came in contact with, she changed their lives.
Aw.
She put a smile on everyone that she ran into. Even at a very early age, she was aware of other people's feelings and always put them first to make them comfortable.
That's a really good bangs right
like
there.
that?
Oh my God, I don't even remember that photo. Oh, that's a headband.
As a young lady, she wanted to change the world, and she does it one smile at a time.
Oh my gosh. This is,
Graduating from USC, she continues to strive to make this world a better place.
oh, there you go.
She met a very nice man and now has a lovely family.
Aw, there's my 2 main men.
And now has a son that looks exactly like Elton John. From our very first show,
So, oh my gosh.
she will always be a huge part of the evening show family.
Oh, see, it's in the family.
As she continues to change the world for the better, here at the evening show, she'll surely and truly be missed.
Oh.
Do you like my pictures?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know where you found those.
I dug them up. I'm good at that stuff.
You're so good at, thank you. Oh my
sure.
gosh. That is pretty stinking cool.
There's a picture that you have in here. I have to show you because it's amazing. Where did it? When I was in the 4th grade, I have a picture and I
That's
couldn't
like-
get it in time. I look exactly like that. I have the same exact teeth, the same little round face. I'm going to get it one day when I go back to Seattle, and I'll send it to you.
I need to see it because
I saw that. I'm like, holy, that's me with long hair.
And a headband.
And I didn't have the head. Oh, and the headband, sure.
Headband.
Isn't that cute?
That's the scariest picture of me ever.
But everything I read that I wrote is true. And we really appreciate you and everything that you brought.
Well, you make the world a better place, and it's been an honor to be a part of this.
Well, I appreciate it. And we're going to see you again. You're going to come on as a guest.
I promise. I really mean that.
And I've told you we're going to give you a bottle. The guests get bottles of wine here, and you've never received
I'm almost
one,
like
so
stepping it up a notch, you know. I get water, though.
You get water, and you got cake.
An American flag cake.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty big.
They're telling us we're out of time.
Thank you so much for everything.
My pleasure.
I promise to watch every...
Yes, I will send you everything, too.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate
Ladies and gentlemen, Dominique Samario.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the hit show Modern Family, please welcome Amber, Shannon, and Ari Lezama.
The exceptional crafting and fine writing in this next category pays tribute to the creative masterminding behind it all. And the nominees for Outstanding Variety Talk Show are The Ellen DeGeneres Show,
The Dr. Oz Show,
The Evening Show with Ben Ferguson,
The Rachel Ray Show,
and the winner is
The Evening Show with Ben Ferguson.
You know, never, ever in a million years would I have ever dreamed that I would be up here until tonight. Thank you all very, very much.
Ferguson, you need to get out of here. Your show was canceled last night. It's in the toilet.
We just won.
Won? You want a ticket out of here.
Dominique, where's Dominique?
Dominique is suing you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and as promised, to the biggest names who live right here in Santa Barbara, the very lovely Ivy Vahanian with Mr. Peter Frisch. Thank you all both for coming back.
Thanks, Great to be here.
Now, you're one of the, you've done Broadway, you've done films, TV, and now you're currently in a production?
No, I just finished a production in Washington, D.C. at Arena Stage.
And that's the one that you ran 10 weeks, you went 10 weeks to Washington, D.C.
I did.
Your husband kept everything in order at home.
It was amazing. He's amazing.
That's some husband you have.
Yes, it's true.
How did the play go?
Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah.
It was wonderfully received actually by everybody. It was
now, I read a little bit about that play. Will that make it to New York for Broadway?
No, it was on Broadway already, right. And I guess I think our production though, I've worked with the director. This is my third time working with him. He's one of my other favorite directors beside Peter.
So did he call you and say, Ivy, I have a
well, we did. We talked about it, and I told him I was really interested. So I put myself on tape and sent it to the artistic director and the casting person so that they could have approval, because he knew that he wanted to use me. So he's a dear friend. Yeah, it was incredible. It's such an incredible play.
Now, you're originally from the East Coast, Pittsburgh area?
I'm originally from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Erie, Pennsylvania, that's right. And then you did some work, I remember we talked last time about up in the New York area.
Yeah, I lived in New York City for 11 years before I moved here.
And did a lot. So did you see any friends up there during your little hiatus time?
I did, yeah. I got to go to New York on my day off, which is Monday, and then I had some friends come down to see the show as well. Yeah.
I found this picture online. Tell us about this. I used to have really pretty pictures of you, and I saw this, and I thought I wanted to bring this one out.
That's the best picture.
I like this.
Yeah, that's from a film that's actually on the circuit right now. It was at Comic-Con, which was awesome.
Now, as my mom would say, this is a spook show. Is that correct?
It is. Well, it's a short film, but it's really actually about Alzheimer's and dementia. It's this wonderful. It's really a really cool film because it's also based. There's no CGI. Everything is with makeup and with the set, and it's actually a production company that's based in LA and in my hometown of Erie, Pennsylvania. So
what town was this filmed in?
It was filmed in Erie.
Erie, wow.
Yeah, and that was about 3.5 hours of prosthetic makeup, and it's a really fun part.
So you're going to like 6 in the morning and then you do the makeup
5,
at
yeah.
5, yeah. Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the Cannes Film, at least I mentioned the Cannes Film Festival. Now tell us about that play.
Well, that was a short film also that was done here in Santa Barbara, that was in the Santa Barbara Film Festival and in the Soho International Film Festival and at Cannes. And so Michelle Lee is the director, and it's her short film called Behind Closed Doors.
Yeah. Now I had this. Tell us about what's going on here.
So that's the Indie Night down in LA, and that was for The Age of Chaos, which was the
And
first
you're right
film.
about there, I think.
No, one more over.
Right about
There we go, yep.
Did you win the award on this?
Well, I'm not sure if we won something on this, but the short film, it's won a bunch of awards already so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called
So
The Age of Chaos.
how do we see something like that?
Well, I don't know if, I'm sure that they're working on a distribution deal and things like that, but you can always go and watch the trailer,
You're
go to our
staying
Facebook
busy
page.
these days, aren't you?
I like to, yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Should we say hi to Peter?
Yeah, of course.
Peter
Hi,
Frisch.
Hi. Hi.
Peter Frisch. Let's see, you've done drama with Boston University, Harvard University, Carnegie Mellon for
Juilliard.
Juilliard.
You know, little at
I heard
Cal
you even
Arts.
produced Young and the Restless for a while.
Yeah, did some TV producing of several different things.
Yeah.
About 150 hours of network television.
So you have all that experience. You've done like 160 theater productions too, I read. That's pretty amazing. And now you have the Frisch Studios, which from what I understand is the top level acting studio in Santa Barbara.
Well, it's, you know.
It's
yeah,
the top, I read.
I would,
you can say it.
Hope so.
Now you have, we were talking a little bit earlier about the open enrollment. I think it starts September 18th?
The classes actually start September 18th.
Right.
We're enrolling right now for the two of the classes. One of them is already full, which is the Sunday night advanced professional class.
What I like about your classes, you have like a maximum of 12 students
Yes.
at one time. So you give them, everybody gets all of you.
Everybody works every time. And if you go to LA, you will see a number of classes where people work once every 3-4 weeks.
Right.
One class I saw down there with a very famous teacher years ago, there were 104 people sitting in the room, and 8 people got to go that night. And I thought, why people are paying exorbitant amounts of money to sit there and hopefully absorb something,
Right.
but there's nothing. You have to get up.
It's like a school lecture of some.
It's more of a it's more of a lecture and a pontification in that case.
Now, professional actors use you for like before they have a movie or something. They'll get fine-tuned from.
Yeah, I do role coaching.
Right.
I do audition coaching. I do all kinds of things privately, as well as right now 5 classes a week.
Right, and you do have a few spots left for September 18th.
Yes, for Tuesday night, which is the acting with the camera,
Okay.
and Thursday night, which is called implementing choices, based on the idea that everybody asks actors to make choices,
Right.
but actors usually don't know what choices to make, or even what kinds of choices are available to them to make. So immediately in the first class, I list 20 categories of choices, areas where you can make decisions and attempt them in rehearsal.
Right.
And it gives people a lot of control over their work.
Now, you teach camera work. So
Yes.
Do you ever get the two at the end of the classes and have them make a little movie, or bring the students over with the?
Well, I
the
don't.
camera
No,
people?
I don't mix them, but
Right.
I certainly have kind of what you might call final exams and that sort of
Right.
thing.
Nice.
We'd had, for example, right now I'm teaching a mask class, character masks,
Right.
from the European tradition.
Right.
And I have a whole set of masks that I have that are absolutely wonderful. And we had a little mask demonstration Tuesday, and which was really fun. They created their own scenario for masks and characters.
So
they
you
had
really get into their
developed.
brains and have them start thinking in ways that they haven't thought before.
That's a big part of it. Getting people out of their habit patterns,
Or their
including
little fear-based comfort zone, like I was in. Somebody
That's
told
right.
me,
That's
instead
right.
of acting, Ben, just react to whatever's going around you.
that's only part of it.
Right.
There is a whole school, you're right, and it's mostly from Sandy Meisner, the teacher,
Right.
that says if you can get everything you need from the other actor, which means you don't have to create a character,
Right.
That's
Yeah, I
really
understand, I
antithetical
understand.
to.
Now you've talked some pretty big names like Mike Chiklis and Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore, sure.
Okay.
Ivy Vahanian.
Ivy Vahanian. Are you teaching her? It's not you guys kind of both
Yeah,
teach each other.
she's
I
been
stay
in class.
the studio.
And
So,
she, yeah.
do you help out with the class?
Oh, well, I wouldn't put it that far. No, I go and that's where I work out, kind of. You know,
She-
it
she works
feels-
out
Somebody
in the-
came to the class, you'd be there. So there's some big names.
She
a lot
works
of
out in the
talent.
advanced pro class, yeah.
I have a clip of you and Julianne Moore that was on the Inside Edition, I think. I want to go ahead and show that if we can.
All right.
Can we show that real quick?
I know what I'm feeling. I know what it's feeling, and it feels like my brain is dying.
Julianne Moore's heartbreaking performance as a woman battling Alzheimer's in Still Alice deservedly and finally brought her Oscar gold.
But long before Julianne got to the podium, one man saw her Oscar-worthy potential.
At that time, she was very much an ingenue. She had a little adorable, cute, freckled face.
34 years ago, Peter Frisch was the then Julie Smith's acting teacher at Boston University. They still write and visit, and when he took a break from directing at Santa Barbara's Center Stage Theater, he reminisced about his star pupil.
What kind of student was she?
She was very steady, and she was marvelous. She was so interesting, and I thought, who is this?
No wonder Peter asked me to deliver this personal message when I interviewed Julianne in New York just after her nomination.
Julie, and yes, I have to call you still Julie, congratulations, and I can't wait till your next project.
That's so great that he's a great teacher. When you have a great teacher that unlocks something in you that kind of helps you figure out how to do the work. It was the first time that I thought, well, maybe it's not just magic.
As soon as they called your name, first thing that popped into your head.
There's not a lot of thought. There's just like, oh my God, they said my name.
This is a girl who has some imagination and has some real guts.
Live in the moment.
I realized at that moment that she might have longevity in the business.
And of course, he was right. Really great to see talent and hard work win.
Finally. Very happy for her.
Yeah, it was a lovely evening, and I had sent her a congratulations note, and for about a week before, they had contacted me from Entertainment Tonight and The Insider, same group, and said, we really want to do a story on you if she wins the Academy Award.
And there's a lovely, right outside the center stage where you do most of your productions, right?
Yeah, we were I was in the middle of directing.
Yours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The producing unit.
The
producing unit, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's you, Bill Egan, Ivy Vahanian.
And Ivy, we the founders, and one other who's now acting in Canada.
Janelle O'Dare.
Janelle is a big part of it. She was in the second show that we did.
We're trying to get her to come here at next show.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's something else too.
She's terrific.
Yeah,
we love her.
That when I've come to some of your shows, since I've met you, I've been to most every one of them. Everybody gets along with everybody. You can tell everybody's a close-knit family. Bill Egan and the rest of you guys. You can really feel that in the audience.
We're trying to get a combination of close-knit and yet open to circulation and other people who really are at the top of their game in the area.
So people who graduate through your class, I mean, they have a shot at reading for you too. I
absolutely.
I'm sure you have a lot of your students in there.
Yeah, for roles that are available, I will always suggest to a number of them that might be right for it to audition at least.
If you ever need a guy like walking by, let me know.
We actually, wish you had said that. The two shows ago, we needed a dead body on a gurney.
Dead body.
And
Peter, I want to walk by. I don't want to be a dead guy.
No, you would have been excellent. I'm telling you.
Okay, all right.
You had to die.
Excellent.
So.
Yeah.
You'd kind of go through with how dead you want me to be before
Well, you
we
actually
did that?
got to die.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was a part of it.
That's pretty good.
Okay, yeah, I take that back.
See?
That would be fun. Yeah, anything in
Not
the
so bad.
future, let me know.
All right.
So people, we're going to have the number and the email on the bottom of the screen right here, and to get a hold of you or just get a hold of the Frisch Studios.
Yeah, the Frisch Studio, dot whatever it is, com.
Right, and so you have a limited number of spots left, so it might be a good idea to
Yeah, all the information is on the website.
Right.
thefrischstudio.com.
Wonderful. And are you going to be in the next set of classes, Ivy?
I am actually. I haven't been there for a little while, but I'm gonna do the Sunday night class.
You just keep learning and learning and learning, and I guess you experience different parts about you that you didn't know was there.
Yeah, and it just feels good to be around other supportive actors and
like-minded people.
Yeah, just like-minded, so it feels
right. I started acting, I don't know, just a few plays ago, and I was just in one last weekend.
Yeah.
Called, I think I was Vic, the nutrition porter, and I had like 12 lines in it. But God, I'm having so much fun. I'm at the part now where I'm comfortable enough to actually I really want to do well with my character. Before it was like, just God, remember the lines. And now it's really getting fun.
Well, Ben, why aren't you taking class?
Yeah, come on.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if you have any spots left after this show. I mean, we got a half a dozen people out there watching this.
All of whom will, of course,
they'll be calling you. The lines will be lighting up right now. They're telling me we're all out of time, guys. Thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you so much.
We'll hopefully have you again soon, and you and Janelle can come back, or we'll have something.
Yeah, I'd love to bring Janelle.
Good.
I'll tell her.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ben.
You bet.
Take care.